And we just received a new statement from Washington Senator Patty Murray, who says there is no place for violence or intimidation in our politics, period. Tweets from other Washington lawmakers praise FBI officials and law enforcement, and former sheriff turned Republican Congressman Dave Reichert condemns these acts, and he says he hopes those responsible are brought to justice. They have no place in our country. I also spoke today to Democratic Congressman Derek Kilmer through FaceTime. He's been calling for a return to civility in American politics and an end to this hyper-partisanship.
We are better as a nation than what we've been seeing. The level of dysfunction, the level of incivility, blame game, finger pointing, and now even threats of violence. I think it's important to remind people that while we may have our disagreements, we can do that without being disagreeable, and we're all Americans first. Regardless of what party we're in, we're all Americans first.
Congressman Kilmer last week held a civility tour with Republican Congressman Dan Newhouse, traveling to both of their different districts together and having joint events at major employers and universities to try to begin having these conversations. Now, I also spoke today to a political science professor at Seattle University about the threats and extreme political tensions that we've been seeing. He put it in historical context and pointed out that our party systems tend to evolve each generation every few decades, and during that period of transition, tensions escalate, unfortunately.
When it comes to the political period that we're in now, this sort of instability or this sort of tension is unfortunately something that we could expect to see. And it's something that will only begin to subside in time as people begin to settle down, and in particular as this younger generation begins to take their place and really begin to define what the new political debate and the new political story is going to be about. Transitions are always uncomfortable. Transitions are always tense, and it's something that we just have to kind of bear down and endure to some extent.
Professor Patrick Shetmer there also cautions that social media tends to amplify these tensions. And as you reported in that intro, we know that investigators have been examining the social media footprint of this pipe bomb suspect. Back to you.